And we're back, guys. How's everyone doing? Today we're taking a look at day 6 of the US Open, the second half of round 3. Who will make the Sweet 16, where we have the bottom portion of the bracket already set and ready to go. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Sabalenka taking on Elisa Mertens. I like Sabalenka in that matchup. We have Dana Vekic taking on Queenwin. I like Queenwin to get revenge on Hard in that match. Well, not revenge. She did beat her in the Olympics, but I do like Queenwin to defeat Vekic again. I like Coco over Emma Navarro. I think Coco on Hard. With the extended bounce, I think her defense is just going to buy more time to put more pressure and put Emma on the back foot in a lot of these exchanges. She'll be able to get to her backhand a lot easier than on grass. And I just think overall, these extended rallies is just going to wear Emma Navarro down. I like Badosa to get past Wong. I think she's playing solid tennis right now. However, Wong's a sleeper. She's striking the ball really well. And let's start these matchups here as I like Polini to take out Putintseva. I like Potapova to win a set against Mukova. And here we go. Why don't we start at top? Ashlyn Kruger taking on Ludmila. Ashlyn Kruger playing some solid tennis. A lot of people didn't really, I don't know, they didn't really think she could get past Mira, but I told you she should beat Mira. She certainly did that. Ludmila doesn't deserve to be here, and I say this all the time. When you win a match you should have lost, you got to watch out the next match. Normally you're drained. There's a lot of recovery that needs to take place because you had to really exert a lot of energy. Wong and Buskova in 3. Buskova was up a break in the second set, couldn't close it out. While Kruger's here after taking out Zhang Shui and Erica, or Mirandreva rather. These two have never played. Ashlyn Kruger's having a pretty darn good season. She's a good server. She's going to put a lot of pressure on Ludmila. Both ladies are tall. Ludmila has a forehand that could stretch Kruger. Kruger has a long wingspan. I think she uses her stride really good. She closes out well. She gets balls back. And she showed that by keeping Mira on the back foot for a lot of that match. Not much topspin. Kruger's really going to fire bombs down the line, much like Ludmila. I think the key in this matchup, though, is I think Ludmila, she has the opportunity to go to the short ball. And I've said this even going back to last year. I think she's got one of the best short balls, underrated short balls in the game. It's really unstoppable. And I'm surprised Sabalenka's not using her short ball more that we saw earlier this season and late last season because Sabalenka's so tall, she really clears the net easily. And I think Ludmila does as well. But I'm going to go with Ashlyn Kruger here on the game spread. I like Ashlyn Kruger plus 5.5 games again. And I think she can win outright. We're going to see if Ludmila has recovered. Jessica Ponchet taking on Woz. That was not a good idea. Listen, Jessica's having an amazing run in New York, guys. But I've said it time and time again, much like Tatiana Maria. I don't know how far you can go against elite world class champions. And Woz is a slam champion. She's got I don't know, probably 30 championships on her career. She's amazing, right? Barely 500. But Ponche, I don't know how deep you can go in a Grand Slam by beating players with one hand. That the one-handed slice, the one-handed backhand, I don't know. I don't know. The match against Sabino and Renata Zarazova, those are good shot makers. We're talking about forehands, backhands, long rallies. Ponce, I think she's vulnerable at the net at her age. Look, I love her. She's amazing, but I think she's vulnerable at the net. Woz has a good short ball. And I do think overall, Woz has the shot making ability. She's got the pattern play. And she's just got the sweet spots that can frustrate Ponce in this matchup. I have to take Woz. She's the better shot maker. This is tennis. You got to take the better shot maker sometimes. I like Woz to win this matchup. And Beatrice Haddad taking on Anna Kalinskaya. This is going to be a good matchup, guys. Now, the winner of this will play the winner of, I want to say Woz. Yeah, Woz and Ponche. So that's going to be good. So, to the Sweet 16, these two have never played each other, believe it or not. Beatrice is 26 and 22 on the year. Anna's 33 and 15, started the year off very great. Anna's here after taking out Lauren Davids, who wasn't in shape, and Anna Bondar, who's not a decent hard player, but I think she's a better clay player. Beatrice is here after taking out Alina Evanesian, a good defensive player, and Sarah Termal, another good defensive player. Between the lines, I think Kalinskaya is a better shot maker. However, I do think Beatrice has a lot more power. I think Beatrice has the better mid-range game. I would probably say slightly. I, it's very tough to say who's the better server. To be honest with you, both ladies make a lot of faults. I would probably. It's to be honest with you, it's tough. I can't really say who the better server is because I've seen both ladies just make so many faults. But if we take a look at the recent serving statistics, I would probably lean towards Beatrice being a little more clutch here down the stretch. And I do think she has a slight power edge. That's one thing that I do want to put an emphasis on. I do think she has a slight power edge over Anna Kalinskaya where she could possibly overpower her in some of these exchanges. Not necessarily, but it could happen. I like Beatrice's mid-court game. I think if she can get to it, Anna's going to struggle and make a lot of mistakes. Anna was really, really fired up last match, and I haven't seen her that fired up. I think she cares, and it's good to see that she cares because, there's been questions about her withdrawing from a lot of matches and not necessarily caring, you know. But of course, to be on this elite type of level, you have to care because it takes a lot of practice and time. Tennis is not just something you pick up. You do have to put in the work. So, but taking a look at Beatrice Haddad in the match against Sarah Termo, I think she played well, two aces, but the key is she got nearly 80% of her first serves in play while winning just about 80% of her first serves. She played very, very well. And if we take a look at Anna Kalinskaya, I mean, I think the match against Lauren, it's really tough to really gauge that match because she wasn't in shape. So I really want to take a look at the match against Anna Bondar. And in terms of the service stats, she was pretty consistent. I mean, Beatrice got, 75%, 77% of her first serves in play. And I got 73% of her first serves in play. She won 73%, zero double faults. She limited her unforced errors. She played really safe tennis. She did really well at the net. I think it's a good matchup. They've never played each other before, and if someone's going to advance, I think it's going to be a very tough match. I'm going to take the over. I like the first set to go over 8.5. I think both ladies will hold. They're getting their first serves in, and they're holding their service games. That is a good sign and a good recipe for an over. So those are the picks. I'll take Anna Beatrice first set over 8.5, and I'll take Woz over Ponchet, and I'll take Kruger 5.5 games over Ludmilla. And let's get to Iga Swiatek. Iga! Big bad Iga! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The world's number one, the number one seed. The winner of this will take on Ludmilla and Kruger. Two ladies that could possibly do something here to anyone that would happen to come through, whether it's Pavlyuchenkova or Swiatek. Iga owns that had two love. Oops, sorry guys. They played last time on clay where Iga Swiatek won that in a straight bagel, and that was in Rome. Iga's here after taking out Shiba Hara in straight sets, Kamila Rakimova in straight sets, and Eliza Beta she beat in three. That was Anastasia, and Preston she beat in straight sets. This is a match here where Anastasia has a good backhand. She's going to put a lot of pressure on Iga between these exchanges. I think she's in the best form she's been, including all of the previous two matches they've played. Anastasia is going to put pressure on Iga. She's going to put her on the back foot. The only problem is when Iga comes cross court, I don't know if she can close out well. But if Iga exchanges backhands with Anastasia, I think she'll win points. But I just don't think she'll have enough to get past Iga. I'll take the first set under 9.5. That's the pick, guys. Enjoy. Thank you for the love and support. And we'll be right back.